Hey, how you doing? Nope, my name's not Guy. I'm the lawnmower lady, and I like fixing small engines. Today's little video of woe and neglect is on this little Craftsman mower right here. I picked it up from a guy, and it's really been rode hard and put up wet. I'm not sure I've seen such a sad and neglected mower. Nice duct tape holding this stuff on, and of course the bale is going the wrong way. It should be across the top. Poor thing. Barely even tell what model number it is. It's a Craftsman. I can't even tell what it is. There we go. 917-38512. Look at that. It's got the original spark plug on it. Goodness gracious. Actually, he found it under the house he bought, and he's been running it like this for about 5 years. As you can see, it's just covered with everything, and I actually stuck my finger up under it and said, oh great, there's no air filter. Oh my goodness, what horrible neglect. Little bits of the air filter are actually inside of there. Oh, sad little mower. The guy I picked it up from had just finished mowing his wet grass. It's dried up right now. Poor thing. And despite the condition of this sad little mower, check this out. It actually starts. It's a beauty, huh? So we're going to get this thing cleaned up, sharpened up, tuned up, and it'll be like a whole different lawnmower. Follow along. So this tragic little beast was so filthy, I had to power wash it all off. Working on the air filter here. One screw comes all the way out. It's a long one. Lots of dirt. And hopefully I won't have to remove the little shroud. But as you can see, this poor air filter had basically disintegrated to junk. I'm going to have to clean all that up. And the throat of the carb looks pretty bad. Probably try to clean that up a little bit more. There's a lot of grease and dirt in there. You might not be able to see that. And still lots of crud coming off the backside. I don't really make it a habit to spray carb spray in here, but there's a good accumulation of dirt in there. That carb spray is pretty bad on rubber and nylon bits, but I'm going to use a bit of compressed air to get the extra out real fast. And it looks a lot cleaner in there. And get the rest of the dirt off of here. Alright, so this is real clean inside of here. If your particular carb has a butterfly inside of there, you do have to have the screw screwed in if you want to run it without the air box. Say if you wanted to adjust the RPM or something on here where you adjust it actually on that tab right there to speed up or slow down the RPM, you'd have to have the screw in to do that. And once again, my favorite way to clean up old stuff like this is using bad gasoline that I have not taken to the recycling center yet. Wow, I would have to say this is the worst air filter I have ever seen. Toothbrushes, wire brushes, whatever you got. Alright, I've cleaned these, blown these out with shop air. Obviously, if you don't have shop air, just wipe them dry with a rag. On these foam filters, it is recommended a few drops of motor oil, not a lot. And what I do, so you can see just a couple of drips here and there, not a lot. And I use a plastic sandwich baggie, and I put that in the sandwich baggie, and I rub it around and rub it around, mainly just so that my hands don't get so oily. And you just want it just a very, very fine, just sort of tacky. It just helps collect the extra dirt. I always have one ready to go, so this is going to be used for next time. This is the one I just took out, and it's just sort of feeling tacky. This is the one that I cleaned up. This goes in the air box. You notice it's off center. Don't try to force it in the wrong way. It goes in that way. All right. Nice yellow on the back side. And then it will go together like so. All right, we're going to put the air box back on with the new air filter in here. Make sure there should be a gasket on the top of the carburetor. Make sure that's there. If it's not, it can suck in dirt where it doesn't need to. Now, this air box is sort of got a pointed end on it. That point always points towards the rear of the mower. You can force it on this way, but it really doesn't fit well unless a lot of dirt go in there. So place that in carefully right on top. Center it. Then your screw goes straight through, and again it's screwing into that nylon part of the carburetor. Flat blade screwdriver, and snug that up. Not too tight. You don't want to strip those threads out. So this is one of the rare mowers, they really don't make them anymore, that has a drain plug on the bottom side of the engine. Actually makes it really easy to get all the oil out, all the sediment, all the deposits that land on the bottom. This is just a regular old socket extension, and it's a flat one. It's not a wobble one, and that goes in. It's got a little rust on there. Now, it does not go all the way in, so don't try to bang it too far. It's really only about, I don't know, less than 1/4 of an inch deep. And so let's get that plug out of here. Probably never come off. Not bad. All right. And since I have the mower leaned up, it should not drip out too badly, but I do have a pan underneath to catch it if it does come out. Hopefully it won't. And then I'll tilt the mower over and drop it all out. I do have a lift table that the bottom will come out of, but it's kind of difficult to do that, and not everyone has one, so hopefully. There we go. A little bit of oil dripping out of there. And you can always prop the mower up with a jack stand. If you don't have a jack stand, you can use a piece of wood or a 2x4, but just make sure the mower lays all the way backwards. All right, and I'm going to just lower the mower. I'll pull out that 4x4 and then just lower the mower down so the rest of the oil will drip out. And you can see it's coming out pretty good right now. So while that mower is draining out, I'm going to pull the spark plug. Wow, that is the original spark plug from whenever this was. These use either a 13/16 spark plug socket or a 21mm, which I'm going to use. It's a magnetic socket. I prefer that. And we're going to get that plug out of here. Good, it wasn't on too tight. And that plug, shockingly, doesn't look so bad. There's a lot of soot all over it, but it is what it is. We're definitely going to be replacing this piece of original equipment. All right, this is a Champion RJL 19M. We're going to check the gap on it. The backside of a Stanley knife is .030 inches. There's a little bit of slop in that. So I'm going to tap it on that 4x4, just a hair, to tighten up that gap. Perfect. Once it's seated down tight, no more than 1/4 of a turn to tighten it down. All we're trying to do is compress this compression washer right there. Any more than that, you're just going to damage the threads. Check the inside for any rust or wear. This looks pretty good. And snap that back on until you hear that positive click. Alright, now we're going to turn this mower back up. Pretty sure the oil is drained out. Clean up whatever oil has leaked out there. Clean off the end of this drain plug. Start it by hand. And make sure it is good and tight. I don't know what the torque spec is, but if you're going into an aluminum case, it wants to be good and tight. Looks good. So I dare say, oof, that was probably some of the thickest, blackest oil I've ever seen come out of an engine. These engines take anywhere between 16 to 20 ounces. I have 18 ounces already measured out in a little jug here. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. And I'm going to go ahead and pour that in and check the oil level. Someone much wiser than me once said it's better to have the right amount of the wrong oil rather than the wrong amount of the right oil. So I take that to heart. It's really bad to overfill your engine. It fouls plugs, smokes, and it can shoot out the breather and gag up your air filter as well. Check your owner's manual to make sure you get the right amount. All right. Give that a second to settle in. I'm going to check the oil level. And on this particular dipstick, the oil level, there's a little set of hash marks right there. It's only about a ½ an inch that says add oil and full oil. And the difference between those is only about 4 ounces, so we're not talking about a lot. So let's check and see what it is. On Briggs & Stratton engines, you do need to screw the dipstick in. And I bet this is going to be kind of hard to tell because the oil is so clean. But if you can see that sort of shiny part right there, it is right at the top of those hash marks. On the back side, it might be a little bit easier to see. But it is perfectly at the full mark. So that is good to go. Might be time to fire it up. Alright, so we know this is going to start. I did replace the bail stop. I had to reverse the handle on that so that it would be on the right side. And I'll be adjusting the RPM, I believe, because it was a little on the slow side. Oops. I forgot to prime it. there you are. Like a brand new lawnmower, sort of, not really. Tuned up, sharpened up, cleaned up. It's good to go. If you notice, the RPM was way, way low, no doubt, from banging into something, bushes or whatnot. It was way down to like 2,600. I went ahead and upped it up to just above 2,900, like 2,950, just with a pair of pliers, that little bracket where the spring is, adjust that. But this mower should be good to go. A great little project. They don't make them like this anymore, and hopefully this guy won't be mowing too much wet grass anymore. Well, there you have it. I appreciate you watching. If you learned something or you like the video, please push the like button. It helps me out a whole lot. Honest, it does. It gets this video out to more people. I appreciate that. Remember, I'm the Lawnmower Lady, and as I like to say, mow happy. Thanks for watching.